get the feeling that you've been knocking on heaven's door, but no one's home? No one seems to be answering. And you're kind of getting discouraged because it's like you've prayed a couple times for God to fix your marriage or change your children's bad decision making, or maybe you've been praying for that promotion at work or this certain job to open up for you or whatever, and it's just not happening. And we can get frustrated. We can get, dare I say, impatient. And this reminds me of a parable that Jesus told his disciples in Luke chapter 18. In fact, the first sentence of this parable, you'll have to read it for yourself in Luke 18, but the first sentence is as Jesus told his disciples a parable to show them that they should always pray and never give up. Oh, important. Always pray and never give up. I don't know why, but God is eager for us to persevere in prayer. He's asking us to persevere in prayer. Maybe not to just throw up that one prayer and then walk away and think, okay, that's done, moving on, but to just like continually come back to him in prayer over and over again. I don't know why, but clearly, because Jesus told a whole parable on this subject, it's important to keep on praying and never give up. But beyond that, I want to share 3 questions that I think it would be really useful to ask of God in that waiting period where you've been praying. You're asking him to intervene in your marriage or your children or your job or the relationship with your mother or whatever, and you're kind of in that waiting mode, because God doesn't usually waste waiting times. In fact, he never wastes times of waiting. So here are 3 questions I want to challenge you to ask God in just some quiet time with him, where you just are still and you just ask him to speak to your spirit. I mean, I don't ever hear an audible voice, but just to give you that nudge in your spirit or that spiritual vision as you ask these 3 questions of him during that waiting time. So here's question number 1. Lord, can you help me to see the situation through your eyes? Sometimes when I ask that question, all of a sudden I have a revelation of something that he's doing that I didn't quite see because I was so fixated on my own perspective. But when I ask, Lord, will you help me see this whole situation through your eyes? It can be so enlightening. A second question to ask the Lord: how are you trying to change me or teach me through this situation? Another excellent question to ask, not for the faint-hearted, because be ready for God's answer, but I mean, every single time I ask this question, Lord, what are you trying to teach me in this situation? He always has an answer. Like, I'm trying to teach you to be patient. I'm trying to teach you to be more compassionate and understanding. I'm trying to teach you to have faith and pray with great faith. I'm trying to teach you. He's always trying to teach me something, and I'm sure he's trying to teach you something too. Third question to ask the Lord in that little moment of quiet time: is there a lie the enemy is trying to get me to believe about this situation? Because we do have an enemy, right? And he is out to steal, kill, and destroy. You can read about that in John 10:10. Also in John 8, Jesus describes Satan as a liar and the father of lies. So he loves to whisper lies to your spirit about this entire situation. So ask the Lord, is there any lie I've been believing about this situation? 3 excellent questions to ask in that season of waiting for God to move.